Hey Evolvers, it's Tina and welcome back to Evolving with Tina. Today we're diving into a big one, forgiveness. You ever felt like your past just won't let you go? Like no matter how much you've grown, your mind just keeps dragging you back to the person you used to be? Well, today we're talking about the one thing that can set you free, forgiveness. Not for them, for you. Because if you're still carrying guilt, resentment, or shame, you're giving your past way too much power. And let's change that. This is a space for real talk. No fluff, no filters, just honest conversations that help us grow. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into it. You ever lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly, bam, every mistake, every regret, every bad decision comes rushing in like a tidal wave. You replay conversations you can't take back. You relive moments that make you cringe. You think about the people who took more than they ever gave, the times you ignored red flags, the things you accepted when you should have walked away. And the worst part, it still hurts. It doesn't matter that you're not that person anymore. It doesn't matter that you've grown. The shame, the guilt, the pain, it lingers. And maybe you even tell yourself, I've made way too many mistakes to be happy. No matter how much I grow, my past still haunts me. If people knew the real me, they wouldn't love me. I know the feeling. Like no matter how much you evolve, you're still defined by the worst version of yourself. But here's the truth, the one I had to learn the hard way. You are not your past. You are not the choices you made when you didn't know better. You're not the mistakes you made when you were just trying to survive, trying to be loved, trying to matter. And if you've been carrying your past like a burden, I need you to hear this. You don't have to anymore. For a long time, I didn't love who I was. And because I didn't love myself, I let people dictate my worth. I chased validation like it was oxygen, doing too much, giving too much, accepting way less than I deserved. I bent over backwards for people who wouldn't lift a finger for me. I let people take from me my time, my energy, my body, because deep down I thought that's all I was worth. I stayed in places I had no business being in. I accepted treatment I knew wasn't right. But I convinced myself it was better than nothing. Because when you don't know what love feels like, sometimes you have to experience what it isn't to understand what it should be. I had to forgive myself. Not just for the mistakes I made, but for all the times I knew better and still let it happen. And looking back, yeah, it still stinks. But here's what I remind myself of. Who I am today is only possible because of what I went through then. And if you're carrying guilt, shame, or regret for the things you accepted when you didn't love yourself, listen to me. You don't have to keep punishing yourself for the person you used to be. You were surviving. You were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time. But now you know better, and that means you get to do better. Let's be real. Some people don't deserve forgiveness. At least that's how it feels anyways. Because they hurt you. They betrayed you. They broke something in you you're still trying to fix. And forgiving them, it feels impossible. But here's what I finally realized. Holding on to anger doesn't give you power. It takes it away. Because when you don't forgive, you're the one who suffers, not them. Forgiveness isn't about saying what they did was okay. It's not about giving them a free pass. It's not even about them. It's about freeing yourself. Because as long as you hold on to it, they still have power over you. And you deserve to move forward. So when I say forgive, I don't mean forget. I don't mean act like it didn't happen. And I don't mean let them back in. I mean, let go of the hold that pain has on you, because you deserve peace more than they deserve punishment. But if we're being honest, sometimes the hardest person to forgive isn't them, it's you. Maybe you're still holding on to guilt, the shame, the regret. Maybe you're still punishing yourself for the things you did when you didn't know better, for trusting the wrong people, for ignoring your gut, for all the years you spent shrinking yourself because you weren't enough. But listen to me, you are not that person anymore. At some point, you have to decide, are you going to let your past define you? Because every mistake, every lesson, every chapter of your story brought you to who you are today. And that person deserves love. That person deserves grace. That person deserves to move forward. So if you take anything from this episode, I need you to hear this. You are worthy of forgiveness, and healing starts when you decide to let yourself move on. So, all right, Evolvers, that's a wrap on today's episode. If this hit home for you, let me know. Shoot me an email at talk@evolvingwithtina.com or DM me. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it to them, because sometimes all it takes is one message to help someone start letting go. So here's your final takeaway. You're not your past. You can forgive yourself, and you deserve peace that no longer asks permission to exist. And as always, keep evolving, keep glowing, and never stop showing up for yourself, because you matter. Much love.